People are always asking me what Rolex they could get with a $10,000 budget. So guess what, guys? This video, I'm gonna show you what 36 millimeters comes within that $10,000, what Datejust 41s or OPs come in that $10,000, and then what sport models that we can get for that $10,000, all right? So let's take a look. You're actually gonna see a lot of similarities in this video with the 36s in the previous YouTube video that I put out with the entry-level watches. So I'm gonna run down on these fairly quickly. If you want an in-depth version of this, you can go ahead and watch that previous video. But we can start off with these 36 millimeters Datejust that we have over here. This one is a non-quick set. It's a Jubilee band. You can see that it's an older style. If you look at it, if you can pick it up on camera, it has a plastic crystal. If you look at the side links, the link style is a little bit different as well. This one is non-quick. What I mean by non-quick is that you have to wind the hands 24 hours all the way around to be able to change that date, right? So prices on something like this start at $3,500. If you want the upgraded version where you start getting the sapphire crystal over here and it becomes quick set, this one you can start getting for about $4,500. We can move up to the two tones. Now we have the two tone 16013 models with the plastic crystal. These are a little bit older as well, vintage, but this is quick set. This one you're getting closer to that $5,000 range. We have the 16233, the upgraded version with the sapphire crystal. Again, quick set. We see design differences with the no holes attached to the lugs of the band. This one's gonna get you close to about that $6,500 range. We can move on to the newer styles. We have this new buckle, Oyster Band. This one doesn't have box and card. I go over the different values that box and card have on the previous video, so make sure you check that out. But you can go ahead and get something like this Oyster Band. That's the newer buckle. So production years after 2016 on stuff like this. This one is naked, doesn't come with box and card. Something like this you could get for about $6,500. Now, if you want the discontinued models of the 36s and the stainless steel Jubilee bands, and what I mean by discontinued, I mean by the invisible buckle. If you want these, you could get these for about $7,500. I have them in black Roman, we'll have them in white. You can get them in two-tone as well. The two tones of the same style with the discontinued invisible buckle, that's gonna go ahead and start running you around close to $9,000 to $9,500. And that's gonna be naked without the box and papers, and that's depending on dial as well. So if you get a specialty dial, like a diamond dial, that's gonna cost you just right on that $10,000 mark. Going toward the higher range, this one is a box and papers. It's a specialty dial Wimbledon. It's a 2021. Now this one's a little bit over 10,000. This is gonna cost you about closer to 11. But the reason why I wanna show you this is because if you get one a little bit older and a little bit worse condition, maybe without the card that comes with it, you can get a model like this and find them for that under 10,000 price. Now, of course, these are all factory, but if you wanna get more towards your customs, 36 millimeters. Now your custom 36 millimeters, if it was with just the bezel, you can get it for about $6,500, and with the diamond dial, you can start getting about $7,500 towards $8,000 on any of your custom 36 millimeter watches. So we're gonna move into the 40-41 millimeters sizes, and this is for my guys that have a little bit bigger wrist size, that 36 is gonna look a little too small for them. I wanna show you this OP. Now, OPs come in different colors. This one is a slate. The slate is gonna cost you on a bigger size box card, 2020 to 2022, around that year range. That you're gonna get for about $9,500. Now the green and blue and the Tiffany blue, they're gonna cost you a little bit more than 10, but if you wanna go for a big face, you want OP without the date, it's called an OP because it doesn't have the date on it versus the Datejust. Bigger face, and you can still get under 10,000. Now, if you do want a date and you want to go on the Datejust, you're going to go with some of the older Datejust. Most likely and generally, you're going to get the Datejust that have an Oyster Band. They're going to be a little bit older, preferably like in the year 2011, going all the way up to like 2015. This one is a white dial. This one has the box and papers with it. Like a 2016, you could get this for about 10,000 on the dot. This one is a 2014 that I have. This one I could do for about 9,800 for anybody that's watching this video, if I still have it in stock. And remember, these ones that I'm showing you real quick, just to go over again, these have the fluted bezel on them, right? So this is really good value for something that has a fluted bezel. Most of the smooth bezel watches, you can get them fairly a bit newer and in a bit better condition and still have a bigger face with that $10,000 budget. So this one's a smooth bezel blue. This one is 2023. It's in like new condition. This one I have it for 10,000 on the dot, but keep in mind that it is a smooth bezel, right? And if you want to look at another one I have right here, specialty dial, it's a Wimbledon as well. This one is a 2019, And I can also do this at $10,000 right on the dot. If you want to go for the fluted bezel, one more time to go over it, you're going to have to go with an older year to fit in that $10,000 budget. Now, these are just kind of like the classic models. A lot of people are like, you know what, I want something more sporty, they're more active. So I do have some sport models that you can get for that range as well. Now, the most common sport models that you're gonna find is either the Milgauss or the Sub. I also have one Explorer as well that I wanna bring out. So here's an Explorer as well. These are the models that you're generally gonna find for that $10,000 budget. So let's go over the Subs real quick. This one is a newer style sub, but it doesn't come with the box and papers. So in a condition like this, without the box and paper, you can get the newer style sub with this buckle for $10,000. This is with a ceramic bezel, or as Rolex call it, the Cerachrome. If you want something with box and papers, you're gonna have to go down and compromise on the years. So this is a 2005 sub with a date. This one is the older style buckle. Now this one, I can give it to you somewhere around $9,500 to $10,500, depending on the condition, year, etc. I have another one right here. This is a little bit older. This one is a 1997. This one has the papers, the box and everything with the full length. Something like this is about $9,000. Again, it is the older sub with the older buckle. You can also get a Milgauss. Now Milgausses are discontinued, so I don't know how long the price is gonna stay at within that 10,000, but this is a 2019 Milgauss. This one is the black dial. Don't get it confused for the blue one that I have right over here. But something like this, again, 2019, depending on the condition, you can get it for around that 10,000. This one I'm actually doing for 10,000 if anybody wants it. From the video, make sure you DM me. This one is a little bit newer. It has the blue dial Milgauss. This one's over that 10,000, it's 11,000. However, this one is 2023 with the box and card. If you find a model like this a few years older, you can probably hit that $10,000 range as well. Again, it depends on how hard you look for this model older and then sacrifice on that condition and year as well to be able to get a blue Milgauss like this within that $10,000 budget. Explorers, very common as well. A lot of people love this one. This one is a 2010. I have it here in the store, box papers. This one I can actually do for about $7,500. So you've seen a lot of the different models that you could get. I just want to give a shout out to the ladies. You could also get a few ladies watches. I classify them as ladies because they are any millimeter under 36. So you could get the 26 millimeters and 31 millimeters. And there's also 34 millimeters out there. And these are generally going to cost you around that $5,000 to $6,000 range with the papers. These are olders, like 1980s, 1990s. But you can also get something for the ladies under that $10,000 budget as well. There's plenty of options. $10,000 is more than enough to go ahead and start your Rolex watch collection. Here at TraxNYC, we're really good at guiding the consumer, which would be one of you guys, at how do you spend your budget wisely that's best for you. And we have a few ways we can go about it. So guys, remember, if you have $10,000 and are looking for a Rolex, just make sure you come here at TraxNYC, come to the store, 64 West 47th Street, or you DM me directly at King Cools and contact me at 914-308-9945.